When the road began to climb the first long swells of the divide, Alexandra hummed an old Swedish hymn, and Emil wondered why his sister looked so happy. Her face was so radiant that he felt shy about asking her. For the first time, perhaps, since that land had emerged from the waters of geologic ages, a human face was set toward it with love and yearning. It seemed beautiful to her, rich and strong and glorious. Her eyes drank in the breadth of it until her tears blinded her. Then the genius of the divide, the great free spirit which breathes across it, must have bent lower than it ever bent to a human will before. The history of every country begins in the heart of a man or a woman. Alexandra reached home in the afternoon. That evening she held a family council and told her brothers all that she had seen and heard. "I want you boys to go down yourselves and look it over. Nothing will convince you like seeing with your own eyes. The land sells for 3 times as much as this, but in 5 years we will double it. The rich men down there own all the best land, and they are buying all that they can get. The thing to do is to sell our cattle and what little old corn we have and buy the Lindstrom place. Then the next thing to do is to take out 2 loans on our half sections and buy Peter Crow's place. Raise every dollar we can and buy every acre we can." "Mortgage the homestead again?" Lou cried. He sprang up and began to wind the clock furiously. "I won't slave to pay off another mortgage. I'll never do it. You just as soon kill us all, Alexandra, to carry out some scheme." Oscar rubbed his high, pale forehead. "How do you propose to pay off your mortgages?" Alexandra looked from one to the other and bit her lip. They had never seen her so nervous. "See here," she brought out at last. "We borrowed the money for 6 years. Well, with the money we buy a half section from Lindstrom and a half from Crow and a quarter from Struble, maybe. That will give us upwards of 1,400 acres, won't it? You won't have to pay off your mortgages for 6 years. By that time, any of this land will be worth $30 an acre. It will be worth 50, but we'll say 30. But as sure as we are sitting here tonight, we can sit down here 10 years from now, independent landowners, not struggling farmers any longer. The chance that Father was always looking for has come." Lou was pacing the floor. "But how do you know that land is going to go up enough to pay the mortgages and make us rich besides?" Alexandra put in firmly. "I can't explain that, Lou. You'll have to take my word for it. I know. That's all. When you drive about over the country, you can feel it coming." Oscar had been sitting with his head lowered, his hands hanging between his knees. "But we can't work so much land," he said dully, as if he were talking to himself. "We can't even try. It would just lie there and we'd work ourselves to death." He sighed and laid his calloused fist on the table. Alexandra's eyes filled with tears. She put her hand on his shoulder. "You poor boy. You won't have to work it. The men in town who are buying up other people's land don't try to farm it. They are the men to watch in a new country. Let's try to do like the shrewd ones and not like these stupid fellows. I don't want you boys always to have to work like this. I want you to be independent, and Emil to go to school." Lou held his head as if it were splitting. "Everybody will say we are crazy. It must be crazy or everybody would be doing it." "If they were, we wouldn't have much chance." "No, Lou. I was talking about that with the smart young man who is raising the new kind of clover. He says the right thing is usually just what everybody don't do. Why are we better fixed than any of our neighbors? Because Father had more brains. Our people were better people than these in the old country. We ought to do more than they do and see further ahead. Yes, Mother, I'm going to clear the table now."